problem solving. And problem solving is you're given a story. From the story you must make an equation. And then it's easy to solve that equation. So let me give you an example. The sum of a quarter of a number and 1/5 of the same number is 18. Find the number. So this unknown number, what will we call it? X. A quarter of that unknown number, x over 4. And a fifth of that number plus x over, all add up to give me what? So now you have your mathematical equation. Once you get your mathematical equation, well then it's just solving like you did last night. That'll be 18 over 1. What would I have to do next? LCM. What's the LCM? 20. 20 times x over 4 plus 20 times x over 5 is equal to 20 times 18 over 1. Like all of these, when you've multiplied by the LCM, 4 goes in there once and in there, 5 goes in there once and in there, 4 times. So I'm left with 5x plus 4x is equal to 360. Questions? 4x and 5x, 9x is equal to 360. X is equal to 360 divided by 9, because that was a multiplier. What does it become? And that will divide in there 40 times. Check. Is 40 over 4 plus 40 over 5, is that equal to 18? 40 divided by 4, 10. And 40 divided by 5, is that equal to 18? So now we have to go from a story to a mathematical equation. But once I get the equation, solving it is the easiest part. Any questions you'd like to ask on that sum before we begin? No. Could I have crossed multiplied there? No. Because I don't have one fraction equal to a fraction. I have one fraction, two fractions, 3. You can only cross multiply when you have one equal to the other. So absolutely 100% no. Right. Let's do another one. One number is 4 bigger than another number. One number is 4 bigger than another number. Right. So what do we call one number? So therefore, what's the other? Is equal to x plus 4. Now, what words would be there? So if that one is x, the other would be 4x. 4 times. Yes? If it was 4 times, if one is x, the other is 4x. But is 4 bigger? If one number is 5, what's the other? 9. If one number is 10, what's the other? 14. If one number is 12, what's the other? You're not answering them questions. So if one number is x, you add on 4. Good. 1/4 of the smaller number and 1/3 of the larger number add up to give me 6. Which of them is the smaller, x or x plus 4? 1/4 of x, x over 4. And 1/3 of the larger one, x plus 4 over 3. All add up to give me 6. Questions? Can I cross multiply? No? Are you sure? So I need an LCM. I'll put the 6 over 1. What's the LCM of 4, 3, and 1? 12. 12 times x over 4 plus 12 times x plus 4 over 3 is equal to 12 times 6 over 1. 4 goes in there once and in there 3 times. 3 goes in once and in there 4 times. Are you surprised now there's no fractions? No, because that's what you set out to do. So I have 3x plus 4 times x plus 4 is equal to 6 12s. 3x plus 4x plus is equal to 72. 3x and 4x plus 16 is equal to 72. 7x is equal to 72. Bring 16 over, because addition becomes subtraction. 7x is equal to 72, take away 16. X is equal to 56. 7 is a multiplier. What's it become? 7, 8. And again, you could go back and check. So I've turned the story into a mathematical equation. Once you get it into the equation, then you know how to solve. So let's take 2 more of these. I'll take question 8. I think of a number what am I going to call that number I think of? Yeah. I add 8 to the number, and then it has now become what? X plus 8. And then I divide the total by 3. What do I now have? X plus 8 over 3. Yes? The result is half of the number I thought of. So what's half the number I thought of? So therefore I can say x plus 8 over 3 is equal to x over 2. You got that? Now if there's any step you don't understand, you say, excuse me, but I don't understand whatever. Can I cross multiply? Yes. Because I have one fraction equal to another fraction. I can do. Or I can just say, what's the LCM of 3 and 2? I can say the LCM is 6. I can say 6 times x plus 8 over 3 is equal to 6 times x over 2. 3 will go into 6, and 2 goes into 6. And I can say twice x plus 8 is equal to 3x. Now, isn't that the same thing as if I cross-multiplied? Yeah? And to cross, I would have cross-multiplied there, because it's faster. I just want you to understand both. So 2x plus 2x, 16 is equal to 3x. 16 is equal to 3x. Bring 2x over. 16 is equal to 3x minus 2x is x. How many of you would have brought the x that way and the 16 that way? I think most students would, to be truthful. If I had 2x plus 16 is equal to 3x, most students would say 2x minus 3x is equal to, But look at all the minuses I've created. 2x minus 3x is equal to, so x is equal to, same answer. Yeah, same answer. I'll go for question 11. A father is 30 years older than his son. The father is 30 years older than his son. So what would we call the son? X. So what's the father? X plus 30. Because if the son is 10, what's the father? 40. If the son is 15, the father is? So. Is that alright? You all understand that? When 1/5 of the father's age of the father's age is added to 1/3 of the son's age, it adds up to 14. 1/5 of the father's age, x plus 30 over 5. And 1/3 of the son's age is equal to, can you cross multiply? LCM, 15. 15 times x plus 30 over 5 plus 15 times x over 3 is equal to 15 times 14 over 1. Again, 5 will go in there once and goes in there 3 times. 3 goes in there once and in there 5 times. And if I asked you, are you surprised that they cancelled like that? You'd say no. Because that's what you set up to happen. So I'm left with 3 times x plus 30 plus 5x is equal to 15, 14. What's that? 210. You're geniuses. 3 by x, 3x. And 3 30s. And 5x is equal to 210. 3x and 5x plus 90 is equal to 210. 8x is equal to 210. Bring addition over, subtraction. 8x is equal to 210, 120. X is equal to 120. Multiplication becomes the 8 will go into 12 once and 4 over. 8 into 40, 50. So now at this stage the son is 15. What's his father? That's the way they are at that moment. Could you find 15 and 45 by trial and error? You could. By I mean just keep checking with different numbers, right? For that you would get an attempt mark. You would not get the full mark. You have to I'm just looking for a